Good afternoon, everyone. I hope all is well. Um, have you ever had to cut someone off you love extremely? You would give your life for them because they're so toxic and can't see it, and it begins to affect you. It's okay. Um, because you have to protect yourself at all costs. And you can love them and pray for them at a distance. But until they realize that they're toxic, you have to disassociate yourself. Because we only want to surround ourselves with positive energy. And when you're, by the way, let me stop. I do not own the rights to any of this music that you hear playing in the background. It's not my music. I normally cut my music down, but I'm just starting my day. And sometimes I like to listen to music and just motivate myself. But anyway, the topic is cutting off negative people, toxic people. And a lot of people feel like when you cut people off or you disassociate yourself with them for a while, it is not good because you're turning your back on them. But what about your peace? What about your sanctuary? What about the things that matter to you? How important is your mental health? So if you are continuing to empower people with negativity, what do you believe is going to happen to yourself? I'm going to say you're going to become negative. And I believe that I'm a living proof of it. Now, I don't know about any research or anything like that that has been done. I'm just speaking from my own perspective and my point of view. You can grow up with people. They can be family. It could be a coworker. It can be anybody. But if their aura is really negative, you have to disassociate yourself. But first, maybe try to inspire them. But you can't put so much effort into it that it takes away from you. And so I've always been one to help, to listen, give advice. Sometimes I think my advice is brutal, but others say, yeah, no, it's not. So if I have affected anyone negatively, first, I would like to apologize to you, whomever you are, whether you're a friend, family member, enemy, anyone. I deeply, truly apologize to you because I don't want to impose any of my negative energy on anyone when I'm going through. Because we all go through at times and we all have negative energy sometimes in our lives. Not to say that it won't happen. You just have to give yourself the confidence to bounce back. You have to self-motivate yourself to go into a different space. And it's very important that you push back as hard as you can, because that's a part of mental health. That's a part of a place I don't want to go back to. I don't know if I have told y'all before, but I was in a very dark place for years, and I'm coming out. And it was because I felt like everybody was so against me, against my relationship, just against me. No one said anything positive. No one had my back. These are my feelings, and someone may feel differently, and that's their right. But at that moment, I just needed someone to support me in my relationship. I needed someone to love me, for who I was, and no one was doing that. And so it put me in a very, very, very bad place. Like, it really hurt to be myself at the moment. But guess what? That's where that self-love and that self-motivation comes in, because you have to have it. So if you're lacking self-love and you're lacking self-motivation, who's going to motivate you? Really? You really truly expect for the next person to be happy for you, to be proud of you, when you're not happy and you're not proud of yourself? It does not work like that, guys. It just does not work like that. No, we have to self-motivate ourselves. We have to pat ourselves on the back. We have to be okay with all the decisions that we make in life. We would love for the next person to be thankful for us. We would love for the next person to give us that validation, especially from parents. But sometimes it doesn't happen like that. Or your children. You have to validate yourself. You have to feel happy and secure with the decisions that you made, regardless of what the next person thinks. As long as you're happy within your heart and your soul and your mind, and you've done everything to try to fix a situation, it is no longer your problem. Period. Love you enough to say, okay, I cannot put myself through this anymore. I cannot impose these feelings of negativities, these feelings of doubt, these feelings of deceit, these feelings of hurt, anger, hatred, whatever you're feeling, let it go. Because at the end of the day, you love you. You're beautiful. You're smart. You're intelligent. And you're a go-getter. That's me. Those are the things that I am. I'm loving. I'm caring. I'm a great listener. I think I give pretty good advice. Sometimes I can't take my own advice, though. That's so double standard and hypocritical. So I'm working on that as well. Like I said, I'm never gonna front or lie to you guys, because it's very important that I don't. But today is a beautiful day. It's beautiful. And don't allow anyone to disrupt your peace. Now listen, you can discuss something with somebody that's going through something and it's not negative. First, let me put that out there. What's negative is everything behind it. Discussing something doesn't mean that you're talking about someone if it's factual. But if you have negative comments or anything behind, then that's when you're talking about someone. Then that's when you're putting someone down. But because you're discussing facts, that is what you're supposed to do. Only speak facts. And that doesn't make you a bad person. What makes you a bad person is the negative energy or aura, whatever you want to say, that you're going to put off. No, love yourself enough to bounce back. You can be having a bad day. Restart your day. It's okay. Restart it with a great burst of energy and love for yourself. And just tell someone else thank you, or hey, how are you? And smile with it, because they may be going through. This world is so sad right now, guys, that we have to motivate one another. Like, it's very important. It's very, very important just to say kind words. If somebody make you mad, take a deep breath and blow it out and think of something positive about that person. Because we all are fighting things in the world. And so one more thing can just tip somebody over. And then you have a disaster and no one knew what that person was going through. They were hurting. They were reaching out for help. And, oh, it just happened. Yeah, so that's why if you try to change your mindset to think positive, to stay focused, it'll help the next person, believe it or not. Because if you're bouncing off all of this positive energy and you're happy and you're a go-getter, guess what? You're gonna impose that on someone else. And that's what we want to do, impose positive energy. Give somebody a dose of a wonderful, beautiful smile. Yeah, I think it's important. So with that being said, if you like my video, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, and know that I love you. And remember this, trouble does not last always. Stay positive, find the silver lining in everything that you do, and remember, I love you all. Mwah.